Hi guys, welcome to the shop. Today I'm going to try and do a little video showing how I set up the mixing on my Hobby King transmitter to control my Oliver bulldozer. I run the dozer on the right stick primarily. The left stick, the throttle, this would be the throttle stick, controls the blade. And I'll turn the dozer on here in a second and show you. I'm going to run through the settings first. But so this is the blade, and that's about, I don't think it does anything else. This would be rudder control, and that doesn't do anything on this particular unit or on my dozer. And then over here on the right stick, I run forward, reverse for both tracks. So when I push this would be the elevator control for an airplane, and then this would be aileron control, left and right on that stick. And so the way I use the mixing is that when you push the elevator control forward or down, that tells both speed controllers and both motors to run together. So they both run together forward and they both run together in reverse. So the dozer will go forward and then backward. And then left and right mixes in. So this actually uses a mix, because otherwise this is really only sending a signal to one servo or one channel. That's the elevator channel. So it would only run one track when you originally plug everything in. It would just run either the right track or the left track forward, then reverse. Well, you want it to run both of them, and that's what the mixing does. So then it also mixes left and right. We'll get to that. So now let me go into the mixing here. So you can see over there I've got two mix channels. So here is mix number one, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I'm going to describe it, and it's really doesn't matter how you interpret it. But what it says to me is that when you move the elevator control, I want it to also move the aileron control, and then it's got several other settings here. So the rate, left and right. So when I move the stick to the left or the right, that's what it's saying is that when you move the elevator forward, that you want it to move left or right, and what's the percentage going to be. And then you can also have a switch controlling the trim, and I have those set to off. So the elevator control aileron mixing is 100% right and left. And then let me go back out of that one to mix number two, and it's kind of the opposite. So then it says when you move the aileron control, I want also to move the elevator channel. So then here we see also then up and down is going to be 100%. So what the 100% means is that when I move the stick one way, I want equal 100% throw or proportional throw on the other control. So if I'm just moving forward elevator, if I'm at full throw, I want full throw on the opposite or the alternate control. So full throw here, elevator, would be full throw right or left, aileron, depending on which way you set it up. Now let me go to, trying to find it here. That's not what I wanted. Looking for it. It displays what's moving here. This is probably in setup list. Monitor is what we're looking for. So this will probably show it better than actually seeing the dozer moving. So now I'm pushing the stick forward, the elevator control forward, and you can see that it also moves the aileron. And now I pull the stick back, straight back. I'm not going any right or left. Then it moves the aileron backwards. So that's what's moving. If we assume that the elevator is the right motor controller, then the aileron would be the left motor controller, so it's moving them both. So there's forward, backward. Then when I move the aileron control left or right, it's moving the elevator control the opposite direction. So you can kind of think of that as that would be a pivot turn. Pivot turn right, pivot turn left. And I think that's real helpful for me to look at the monitor screen if you've got something like that on a computer radio. If I go to one corner, it kind of keeps one of them in the same. So that would be a turn where you're applying power to only one track. So if you wanted to do, and that's probably more prototypical or realistic, that I don't know that you would do a pivoting turn in a dozer, but I don't know. Would never run a bulldozer. So let's get back out of here and get back out of here. I think that covers it. I guess dual rate. I have my dual rate set up, and I use that, and that's the switch. Let's see, is it up here? I forget where I set it. I have to get out of here to show you. I use the dual rate for slowing things down when I'm pushing forward. And then when I back up, I want it to go normal speed. That way, it's easier for me to control the blade when I'm pushing forward. And then I can push the stick all the way forward, and I just hold it there. And then I bump it a little bit left and right to steer if I need to, if one side slips and it twists the dozer around a little bit. I use that to steer, but that way I can just push that forward. I try not to introduce any left or right, and then I can run the blade with my left thumb, and I focus my vision on the blade, and I'm really concentrating on keeping a nice level blade so that I get a nice straight even grade when I'm pushing dirt forward. And then when I back up, I flip that switch to the forward position so that it goes faster, normal speed. So let's turn on the dozer here, and you'll be able to see. I think the monitor describes it probably just as good as anything. But so now, see, can you see everything there? So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you everything here. And so there's backing up. I'm just pulling the stick straight back, pushing the stick straight forward. Then if I do pivoting turn, you can see one's turning right and the other one's turning the opposite way. So we got left and right aileron. And there I'm using kind of in a corner where it's running one more than the other. And then the dual rate. See, I think I've got the wrong. Yeah, it's this switch here. I haven't run this thing for a while, but there you can see that's how fast it goes in the slow rate. And that way I can concentrate more on the blade. But that's it. I hope that helps. If you got any other questions, if I can do a better job or show you something different on the radio, let me know. Be happy to do it. See you next time.